What's up everyone, this is Sher talking, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'll be talking about a new welfare style, that is Cotton. Mew 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 Mew. This is the name of the style and it's so cute. But I'm not here just to say that it's cute. Actually, this Cotton is amazing. As a welfare unit that everyone will have access to, we need to talk about Cotton. Okay, now we are on rsrsdb.com. We have the two different versions of Cotton in the game. The first one, Get to Work Cotton Ball, is limited, got released in a SaGa, Soul banner. And then we have Mew 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 Mew, the welfare version. And I'm glad to say that between status, they are much similar. We have lower STR, but not much difference. Bigger endurance to take more hits. Dexterity does not affect the character. Agility, it's just 2 points lower. Intelligence a little higher, we don't debuff, does not matter. Will is a little lower, so yeah, higher endurance, lower will. Love is on 45, almost the same in charisma as well. Well, this version of Cotton has arrows for endurance and will, and even bonuses for that. Much different than the other style that has arrows for STR, agility, and bonuses for those as well. So this one is more focused on doing damage than resisting. This one is more focused on resisting. Okay, so let's talk about passives. We have Eyes on Knee, start of a turn, puts all other surviving allies on a stealth chance that lasts for 4 turns with large effect. And enters himself a Taunt stance that has large effect and lasts for 4 turns. This is actually pretty amazing for a character that tries to be a full tank. Cotton already will have higher chance of being attacked if you are using some formations like Rising Phoenix X, also Desert Lance X, Tiger Shark. These formations increases the chance of being attacked for slot number 1, for example. And then you Taunt, increasing it further. And then you apply Stealth to everyone else. That will make him reach like 90% chance of being attacked or something. I'm not entirely sure because I don't know the real maths behind this. It was also bugged for quite some time, the Taunt mechanic. But it will make single target attacks go straight into this version of Cotton. Pretty nice, because he's not just about this. The second passive is called Recurring Regen, and when he lands an attack, he recovers his HP by very small effect, that should be around 150, and buffs his endurance by 15%. We kinda saw something similar in the past in a recent premium style, Boston. He also buffs his endurance by 15%, and recovers on BP by 1 instead of healing. In Boston case, it's better because he wants to keep using his attack called Pincer Time. It's 7 BP cost, meaning that he needs to recover some to keep using. But Cotton has a different way to handle the situation. He wants to keep healing with passives and with active skill. But more into that later. Then we have Block Tension. Attack damage increases by 15%, and when attacked, damage will be reduced by 25%. That is good because it's offensive and defensive. Now, for skills, we have Ki. This one is good because it's just fast and gives him morale up and guard up and recovers 1 BP. So if you don't have BP on that specific turn, you want to increase your damage and resistance to damage. Now, the second skill is Punishing Fist. For 6 BP, he gets an AoE attack with C power 16. This is more for farming or something. It's not so good because he's not exactly a damage dealer. And the last skill is Playful Teasing, and is his selling point. For 6 BP only, you get an attack with deep power that recovers HP and taunts. And then, after that, enters an evasion counter stance that will counter attack with Pretty Hit. Pretty Hit is actually the first hit. So, every time that you counter, you are just going to hit with the same attack. But a good thing is this is an evasion counter stance, that meaning that if he gets attacked with direct attacks, he will not see any damage. So, because he taunts once more and heals once more, every time that you don't have enough BP to use Playful Teasing, you'll be using Ki, so that you get guard up to receive less damage and recovers 1 BP, and then you are back to Playful Teasing. And remember that every time that he already counters, he will also trigger Recurring Regen. So in this case here that he used Playful Teasing, he buffed his endurance once and healed twice, so around 300 healing, right? And then every time that he counterattack with pretty hit, he actually heals for around 300 and buffs his endurance. So it seems pretty interesting and will be something to be used in real hard challenges. The thing here is that he does not do damage, forget about damage. There are many games that you have tanks that just draw enemy attacks, sustain, heal to keep guarding, but they themselves don't do damage. Of course, in UniverSe we have tanks that do damage, but it's not the case with Cotton. I think I can compare him to Human Male. I think it's one of the only characters that we can compare. Human Male counter with AoE attacks, and he also taunts and increases his defense with Great Adventure. This one is pretty nice. He's a Platinum style that also looks like a premium unit. And another one should be Virgil. Virgil also barely takes damage and can counter and buff BP to the squad. And he has this attack called Sunspot that will always give him Taunt, with medium effect in this case. But his counter does not increase it even further, so he loses to Cotton in the Taunt department. So Cotton won't die easily on you if you are using him on the right scenarios. Again, you need to bring him in a fight where the enemy has more single target attacks that are physical, and then you place him in a formation that makes it better, like I said, Desert Lance X, Rising Phoenix X, or Tiger Shark. And then he is going to heal, buff his endurance to survive better when he does not have his evasion counter stance active. But to be honest, because of so many Taunt stacks, I think Cotton works in any type of formation. He will just change the attack chances so much right on start because of Eyes on Me that you can make it work even on Tiger's Den, for example, if you want more damage reduction or if you want heal in the Tortoise Shell formation, for example. And as for inheritance, we do have something here, pretty hit, the same attack that he counters with, is just a chance to give even more Taunt when you don't have enough BP for his counter stance, and it will give you an extra heal. So 300 healing if you are desperate for that. I don't think Swallow is a good inheritance because it costs 5 BP, it's almost the same as the counter evasion stance, and Stone Plus is damage, and this guy does not do damage. Forget about damage with this version of Cotton. Oh, and one extra thing, if you have the premium version of Cotton, you can import the Playful Teasing attack so that you can counter if you are trying to solo a stage, because this Cotton can solo some Spiral Tower stages because of Helping Hand. If he's the only one surviving, he will grant himself an attack boost stance that lasts for 2 turns and it will stack with itself, and a defense boost that will do the same. Another character that can do something similar is Muse, that can also solo some stages in Spiral Tower because of Helping Hand, and she can heal, both can, and that's how they survive. So by use of a counter stance, you may even survive better depending on the type of enemies that you may find. And if you want to bring the old Cotton for farming, now you can import Punishing Fist as well, and that will help him farm in some stages. He's not so good of a damage dealer, but at least he will be contributing to damage. And the last type of inheritance, you can import Ki into the premium one, so that you switch between Swallow and Ki instead of using Pretty Hit, but then you have to rely on Pretty Step triggering to give you Taunt. It's not as good as a Taunter as the Welfare style. The Welfare style is superior in this regard. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what Cotton does. We don't have many good tanks that works as in different games where they just absorb damage, heal, taunts, and Cotton is one of the few ones that we have access to. And if you have his best style, it adds a little more extra, but he doesn't even need that. So good gift from the developers for those that need a tank and don't have access to a good one. If you don't have Human Male, and Human Male is an AoE counter, Cotton now is just a single target specialist, and a pretty good one on this. So I will give him a double S grade, especially because we don't have characters to fill this role as he does, and we'll try to use him as much as possible. But that is my opinion. What is yours? Please say here in the comment section. I started with Cotton's review different than a banner because he's a welfare, and it gives me extra time to work on the full banner review. That will come today. So thanks for watching, please subscribe if you still haven't, and I want to see you again in the next one. Bye.